The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, from the province of Quebec, Joshua.
Make no mistakes about it. I don't want you. Can see it clear without it. I don't need you. Blackened out, I see the light shining through the darkest night. True love waits as we go, burning down the line.
And the opponent, from Toronto, Canada, Christopher.
It's funny how some people say time is going slow, but then some people say time flies. So what speed does time really go? Time began so long ago, its pace is still the same, as steady as the sun and moon, moving without stress or strain. Daytime and nighttime, I'm here all your lifetime. Don't lose me, use me wisely every day. My name is time, and no matter what you do, I'm tick-tock, tick-tock, ticking. Tick-tock, tick-tock, ticking. Tick-tock, tick-tock, ticking away.
A big bienvenue to our fans around the world from Montreal, Quebec. Jim Ross here with Jerry the King Lawler.
And folks, let me assure you that tonight's show is a lot better than JR's French.
Sheesh. Well, there's no question of that, King. These Montreal fans are ready to get started, and so am I. So what are we waiting for?
One. Two.
Boy, what a match. I wouldn't even hazard a guess
Three.
as to who's going to win this thing.
What? Have you got both your
Four.
contacts in one eye, JR? It's been obvious to me since the start of the match.
Five.
Oh, really? Well, then, why don't you just enlighten the
Six.
rest of us, King?
No way. I can already tell this is going to be a great
Seven.
match, and I don't want to ruin the ending for you.
You're too kind, King. You're also full of horse manure, as far as I can tell.
He sure is, JR, and I think he got all of that finisher. I think I see where this one's going, JR. I don't think we're very far from the end of the match.
I disagree entirely, King. I bet my Oklahoma Sooner ass that this one isn't even close to being over.
That's a pretty big bet, JR. Are you sure you're able to cover it?
If there's the submission, there might not be any way out of it.
There'd better be, or we're gonna see a tap out right here. Boy,
What a submission hold! Could this be a tap out?
it isn't. The hold can't be broken. You can't take this kind of pain for long.
I'll be honest with you, King. This is not the way I thought this match would go at all.
Me neither, JR. I guess that just goes to show that submission is locked in, JR, and this is a tough hold to break.
It sure is, King. And even if you break the hold, it takes its toll on you. I tell you, King, I've got no earthly idea how these superstars can maintain this intensity week after week after week.
It's not easy, JR. There's no off season. It's not like you've got
One.
6 months to recover after WrestleMania.
That's for damn sure. And that's why I don't think there can be any doubt in anyone's mind that the superstars of the WWE are the greatest athletes in the world.
Boy, it's obvious these superstars have done their homework on each other.
They sure have, and this is one hell of an exam.
Let's hope it's not their final exam, JR. I'd love to see them go at it again.
Well, if I think the fans have their way, you'll get your wish, King.
I can't even imagine what these superstars will put each other through.
I don't think you'll have to use much imagination, King. I think they intend to show you right here tonight. This could be a pinfall.
He turned the tables on his opponent with that one. These superstars are beating the heck out of each other, and this crowd can't get enough of it.
It's what they paid to see, King, and they're getting their money's worth tonight.
They sure are, JR. There's no question these superstars are earning their paychecks. What a counter! This has gone beyond just being a match, JR. I think these superstars genuinely hate each other.
There's no love lost between these competitors, that's for sure. If looks could kill, somebody would be pushing up daisies right now.
And you've got to admit, that makes for a much more interesting match, JR.
It sure does. But I just hope these superstars can settle their differences in the ring and leave it.
Watch out! He reversed it! This could finish the match right here. Oh boy, you might want to close your eyes, JR.
He's got his opponent locked in a submission hold.
We can see a tap out right here, JR. I'd ask you who you want to win this matchup, JR, but it's been pretty obvious since the start of the show who you're pulling for.
I'm trying to remain as objective as I can, King. Quite frankly, I'd rather see a good competitive matchup than see a particular superstar win or lose this thing.
Oh, come on. Everyone knows you play favorites. You're always trying to kiss up to the fans by talking to... Oh, man. I've been in this hole before, JR. This brings back some bad memories.
I can understand why, King. I can't even imagine the pain being inflicted here.
I almost feel bad. He's got his opponent locked into submission, JR. This could be it.
It could indeed. He might force his opponent to...
I don't know if everyone's going to be happy about it, but that's the match.
Here's
Tapping
your
out
winner,
to a submission hold is not the
Christopher.
way you want to lose a match.
That's for sure. Taking someone tapped is like adding insult to injury.
And he dished out generous helpings of both here tonight.
Some people say time is going, but then some
The following contest is a hardcore match. On the way to the ring, from Toronto, Canada, Brett. And the opponent, from Toronto, Canada, the People's Champ.
I went to town and I bought a shake, and then I ate a piece of chocolate cake, some sugar donuts with a can of pop. Then I went over to the candy shop. I ate some licorice while I walked home, but before too long I started to moan. I had a pain in my stomach and aches in my teeth. Oh, I think I ate too many sweets. I turned my radio onto a song they were singing about being healthy and strong, to eat right, sleep right, and exercise and be energized in a natural way. I was in for a shot
Bienvenue to our fans around the world from Montreal, Quebec. Jim Ross here with Jerry the King Lawler.
And folks, let me assure you that tonight's show is a lot better than JR's French. Sheesh.
Well, there's no question of that, King. These Montreal fans are ready to get started, and so am I. So what are we waiting for?
He reversed it. He's got his opponent locked into submission, JR. This could be it.
It could indeed. He might force his opponent to tap out right here.
I think these superstars have a legitimate beef with each other, JR.
So do I, King. I'm not so sure their issues with each other are going...
Uh-oh. Talk about a hole you don't want to find yourself in.
No kidding. This'll rearrange your anatomy. He's taken every advantage in this matchup, and it looks like he plans on taking a few more.
If he's not the dirtiest player in the game, JR, he's a shoo-in for second place.
These superstars are going to put each other through wrestling hell tonight.
They've already got a pretty good start on that, JR.
They have indeed, King. I don't think there's an ounce of quit between them.
Yeah, and that's where things get dangerous. If you're too proud to admit that it's not your night, you might wind up risking your career for a single match.
But at the same time, King, no one makes it up the ladder without pushing themselves to the very limit. It's a very fine line to walk.
This is a mistake, JR. Everyone knows that overconfidence costs superstars matches.
That might be true, King, but all I see is a very confident superstar who's got everything going his way.
Oh, man! Someone had better take that chair away from him! You think these fans have gotten their money's worth tonight, JR?
If they haven't yet, I'm sure they're going to by the end of this match.
Well, I don't say this too often, but I completely agree with you.
He's got that submission hold locked in.
He sure does, JR. He might make his opponent tap out right here. It looks like they've slowed the match down a little, and I think that's some good strategy right there.
It certainly is. What a vicious chair shot.
Yes, that was an incredible move. What strategy?
Strategy, my Oklahoma ass. That's cheating, plain and simple.
Well, from the looks of things, he sure is putting the...
Good news, King, but it's definitely an advantage.
I wonder if SmackDown's gonna have anything nearly this good next Thursday.
I think we both know the answer to that one, King. How could they compete with a match like this?
I think I know who's gonna win this one, JR.
Oh, really? Enlighten us, King.
Wait a second. Why are you so eager to hear my prediction?
Because I want to know who's going to win. And 9 times out of 10, it's not the superstar you pick.
Wow! Listen to these fans, JR!
You can fool some of the people all of the time, and all the people some of the time, but there's no...
Look good.
Talk about targeting a body part and picking it apart.
This is great, JR. Would you call this one a slobber knocker?
It's too early to tell, King, but it's definitely one hellacious matchup, no doubt about it.
Now remember, kids, whatever you do, don't try this stuff at home.
Absolutely not. Even these trained professionals wind up pretty badly banged up after a match.
think this one could go either way, JR.
It sure could. Until the referee calls for the bell, this is still anyone's match.
Did you see that?
That's the whole idea, King.
Man, is there even going to be anything left of these superstars by the time they're done?
Not if they have their way, King. Everything they came in here with tonight is going to be left in that ring, mark my words.
I hope these fans appreciate it, JR. These superstars are putting it all on the line for them right here tonight.
You've got to ask yourself, how much punishment will these superstars be able to withstand tonight?
I don't know, JR, but I think they're pretty intent on finding out.
They certainly are. I don't know how it's going to end, but I can guarantee you they're going to leave it all in the ring. No! Not the chair! Not the chair!
Look at that! He's bleeding like a stuck pig!
The referee had better get in there and take a look at that. We may need to stop this match.
Stop the match? Are you crazy, JR? It's just getting interesting.
1, 2, 3.
Sounds like this crowd's got...
Oh my gosh, JR! That's it! The match is well.
Here's your
There's no
winner.
question who won that one, JR.
Not at all, King. The referee counted a pin, and that's all she wrote.